Hello to the EPA community, my name's Tom, I'm the Projects Manager here at the EPA, and I will be providing a monthly update about all the fantastic work that's been happening across the EPA's industry projects during the month of November. I'll be focusing on 5 of the EPA's projects as we head into the final month of 2020. Firstly, it was a really exciting week for project inclusion. The project published its newest white paper, all aboard the role of the fintech industry in solving the problems of financial exclusion. You can download the white paper from the EPA website now, and it's also available on the EPA's community platform for our members. The report explores some of the issues which young and elderly age groups face when currently trying to access financial services in the UK. The report goes on to really highlight some of the innovative initiatives and solutions which are currently offered from fintechs in the UK to address these issues. These insights were collected from a series of interviews with payments industry stakeholders, and within the report you can actually click through to the YouTube link of these interviews and you can see what they had to say. I'd like to pay a special thanks to Ravi Meshram, who is the lead researcher with this project, the project inclusion team for all their contributions, and to MasterCard, the benefactor of this project, without whom it wouldn't be possible. As well as that, the project inclusion team, having met last Friday, welcomed a representative from the Scottish Government to hear about a new payment service product which is being developed north of the border, which the Scottish Government are hoping to use to better serve the underserved consumers up in Scotland. We were looking forward to hearing a little bit more about that and potentially collaborating in the weeks and months ahead. As well as that, the project's inclusion team are really excited to kickstart a brand new initiative on affordable credit with interviews starting next week. In terms of Project Financial Crime, J&G of Comply Global, and who heads up the project, submitted evidence to the Treasury Select Committee on Economic Crime. This committee is examining progress made on anti-money laundering and sanctions regimes and economic crime affecting consumers. As well as this, Jonathan Jensen of GBG has put together a very helpful guidance document on the state of the digital identity market in the UK. The document details some really positive developments happening in the digital identity space across the public sector, and you'll be able to download this in this newsletter below. At the last Project Financial Crime meeting, the team discussed the recent findings of an FCA survey about the compliance of 100 EMIs and payments firms. The results of the survey were shared in a workshop by the FCA, and the FCA detailed their concerns over the lack of customer risk assessments and enhanced due diligence. In response to these concerns, Project Financial Crime hopes to reach out to some of the EPA members who offer appropriate compliance services, and will be hopefully highlighting these services to the rest of the EPA community and the industry, which is going to be really important for those smaller firms who do struggle with their compliance requirements. I'd like to thank Refinitiv for their continued support as benefactor of Project Financial Crime. This month, the Project International Trade team, in partnership with GPS, will be reflecting on the EPA's first ever Virtual Fintech Trade Mission to Asia, which happened back in October. The team will be discussing the successes of the event and thinking about where it can turn its attention to in 2021. For those of you who didn't attend the trade mission, the aim was really to virtually connect some EPA members to key industry players out there in APAC. Our virtual platform Remo really gave us the ability to do that. As well, we were really hoping to provide some valuable insight from fintechs, regulators, government agencies, who all spoke about developments within payments in the region. As well as reflecting on that, the project team will be thinking about how it's going to collaborate with EPA Asia on its Crossborder Payments project. This is a really exciting initiative which has been set up by EPA Asia, and it's a project which closely aligns with G20's 2020 Cross-Border Payments review. As part of this review, G20 have set out a 5-year plan on how to improve transparency, cost and speed of cross-border payments. EPA Asia's project will be collaborating with the EPA Global Network, as well as speaking to private sector firms. It's a really exciting initiative, and if you'd like to get involved, please do reach out. At its last meeting, the Project Regulator team had some really interesting discussions on crypto asset regulation and about the upcoming proposed insolvency changes. The team will be keeping a close eye on any upcoming industry consultations from Treasury or the regulators in these two areas. In terms of wider project activity, the team have been reflecting on what key topics and trends they think are going to arise next year. The reason why this has been happening is because the project is planning a second edition of its ebook, The Future of Payments Regulation. We will be surveying compliance specialists within the EPA community and asking them what they think are going to be the key regulatory topics and trends for 2021, and hopefully this will guide the project next year. If you do have any particular topics in mind which you think this project could focus on and think the EPA can really make an impact in the industry, then please reach out and let us know. In terms of Project Open Banking, a small subgroup of the project came together to discuss OBIE's consultation on variable recurring payments and sweeping. The subgroup agreed that this consultation represents a really positive move for the next stage of open banking in the UK. As well as this, later this month, UK Finance will be hosting some of the Project Open Banking team with a workshop which will explain their approach to open banking next year. I'd like to pay a special thanks to Hugh Davis of Ozone API for continuing to represent the EPA at UK Finance's Open Banking Futures Advisory Committee. If you'd like to join the Open Banking project team or be the firm that really shapes its direction for 2021, then please do reach out to us.